Hey guys, Mecha-san here, and I have to react. Sorry, I normally don't record for these here, but it's a ViDoc for Destiny 2's little Ash and Iron expansion. It's coming December, and called Infiltrating the Lawless Frontier. This is the one where little controversy here with how blatant it is with Star Wars reference. And okay, look, Destiny being a science fantasy kind of element here, we can't help but think there's some clear inspirations and slight homages and such to Star Wars, and especially with the whole space magic when used, stuff like that. But at best, those are little nuances you can tell a bit, but they should never be so blatant. Heck, one big difference between this Destiny and Star Wars is that they actually go about explaining, breaking down, removing the veil of mystery and mysticism that is the light and the dark, the paracausal powers we employ. They put an understanding to it. A lot of it's still pretty crazy. It's it should be impossible with current understanding of science, but dude, we're constantly learning new scientific stuff every day here that rewrites everything. Hell, real life here, the probe we sent long ago in the 70s here has recorded new apparently stellar activity or stuff like that that makes people want to rethink the laws of physics. So yeah. But that's something that Star Wars doesn't like to do here. When they started doing that here, tried to break down what the Force, start breaking down what exactly the Force is, how it operates, yada yada, people go crazy. Fans blew a gasket. I was okay with it. Give me an explanation here. Break it down. And from what I hear, it's I was surprised they don't here because the Force doesn't want it to. But now they're here, no, they're here. So, yeah, this also builds up as well because the Cabal are up to something, and not the kind of Cabal. I don't even think it's Red Legion Cabal, but they're working with someone here, possibly leftover survivors from the D1 legions, like the Sand Eaters and such. They mugged Xur and took not only a couple of exotics, but also his flight recorder. They clearly want to know where he gets his supplies. And unfortunately, I didn't get all the data pads. I think I got 75, 78% of them. I didn't get Midtown. The ones in Onslaught, I only got one in Onslaught. Didn't get the one in Starcross. Oh boy, yeah. So I'm missing out a few things. Missing out a few things here and there. That's okay. I don't want to go on here, but I'll talk more after this. But yeah,
seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt was electric.
Oh,
I just jumped into that walker and I just annihilated the encounter.
I don't like those sound effects.
That blaster just go off.
No,
it was a whole new world opened up for me.
There's something really special here.
That that gun sound like
that ignition, that hiss, that sound.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Be original. At the very energy swords in Halo are original sound. Do that.
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says our end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend whose past has caught up with them and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies.
Really?
In special collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a one-of-a-kind Destiny story. Renegades redefines what expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory.
Okay, prismatic ability being more used.
Destiny. But Renegades isn't just about power. It's about what you're willing to risk to change the future.
The Ascended Realm? Finding hope in shadow.
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this
so yeah, they're not even hiding
where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves.
No, they're not even
Themes of
hiding the
hope.
fact that,
Those
yeah,
little
we
places
actually
in that
have
Venn
people from
diagram were the ones
LucasArts
that really helped us find the story that we
working
wanted to
on
tell
this
together.
thing.
If you look at Star Wars and you look at
Okay.
Destiny, you can kind of see that parallel.
Where, the
that
Sarlacc
exists.
pit?
So, for instance,
What?
Dredgen, they're
Yeah,
are
the
Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yeah, and
The
then you've got the
Dredgens,
Barrett
yeah.
Imperium, and they are very, very Empire-like.
Yes.
They have a huge appetite for expansion.
Of course,
I
but that's
think
Cabal.
of the Praxic Order. There are Jedi in this release, and they
No,
are
the
very
Pra-
focused on order and law. And
Okay, the Praxis Order, yeah. There are a group of Guardians that are it's been established, I think even D1 here, where anything darkness related, they'll hunt you down. They're completely opposed to anything dark, to any use of darkness. So correct me if I'm wrong or misinterpreted, misremembering, but yeah, when Guardians started using darkness powers and stasis, there was a period of time, of course, where, yeah, the Vanguard banned the use of stasis, or banned anyone that can use stasis from the tower?
understanding that there is a binary in our universe of good and evil, we get to poke at that a little bit.
They established here before that light and darkness are not good or evil. They're pretty neutral. I mean, the fact that Savathûns and the Brood became Guardian, became light bearers.
A way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future.
Yeah, we got to bind the
Of
Nine.
this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine, or we face extinction.
Pretty
And
much.
Drifter
It's not a
was there
prophecy,
on
it's a
Kepler.
warning.
He saw all of this.
Yeah, then he got 9 touched.
Not running from this one.
Oh, yeah.
Drifter is convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrett Imperium. He sees
Barrett
them rising at
Imperium.
an unnaturally fast rate, and
Yeah.
he is insistent that there's a problem. But the
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, this Imperium. Obviously, we had the Shadow Collective, which are a bunch of clones, I guess. Because I remember when Taken King expansion came out here. Yeah, while Oryx decimated the various legions on Mars and such, and Phobos, it wasn't like a totally destroyed. They were still survivors. I was gonna band together, stuff like that.
Vanguard isn't listening.
Then there's the Red
They're
Legion.
insisting that he needs to stand down.
Obviously, they're back. Yeah, they're.
The cool thing about this criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom, and at the top, there's the Barrett Imperium. You need to work
The
with all
Scions,
these
yeah.
crooked criminal syndicates in between.
What the hell? Okay. It just makes me. Huh. Green eyes? Obviously, when you think green, you think they're using strand abilities like that House of Exile on Kepler. I'm sorry if I'm piling a lot here, but I want to talk what I'm seeing here. Like, I heard nothing about the Fallen for this expansion, so this is surprising. But the blue makes me think Stasis and this third guy right here. You can see the jaw. That looks like it belonged either on an Ahamkara or a Hive. And could these guys be using some Hive sorcery along with Stasis?
Earning your power, building up the notoriety, getting...
Yes! 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 This is what I wanted after whole Maya Sundaresh thing with the Echo of Command. In it pretty much giving individuality to a Vex unit here. Like, we already saw one here with some guy named, with a one called Cheddar. And so, yeah, they're becoming people. They're having clothes on and everything. They're playing cards.
the gear that you need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
There's a weapon that the Barrent Imperium have made, and we need to be the ones to destroy it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the Lawless frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
We're gonna. Okay, obviously that's a fallen Lixney design. There's a
The
junk.
Lawless frontier is filled with
Lawless
big,
frontier?
chaotic, cooperative activities.
We have got to be on Mars here, like like that original new area here where the Braytech facilities are, the ice area underneath or something.
You're going to choose the job. You're going to choose which renegade abilities you're going to take.
Renegade
into those
abilities?
jobs, and then you're going to drop into the action with your team, smash up those objectives, get as many riches and treasures as you can, and then get out or die trying.
Okay.
To do that,
I like that. Get to see boarding
the
ships.
Lost Frontier holo map. You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus with
Europa and
that are very
Venus?
reminiscent of Dagobah.
Europa and Venus. We're finally going back to Venus, and
There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, there is some. It's Europa. People always thought Hoth, and I'm all for expanding on that here. Like, I like what they did when they remade the moon here, showing all the stuff we've done here. Like, Tanix's catch fell down and became another area to explore, and how open new areas, stuff like that. So
Fans of both Star Wars and Destiny, like Mars, which is some pits that are very reminiscent
Yes!
of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to
Yeah,
fall
why?
into them. You'll die.
These are Destiny locations. It's just we're taking inspiration from some of these iconic places in Star Wars.
Ugh. I'm sure for some this was good here, but for me, I'm tired of Star Wars. I am sick and tired of Star Wars. Okay, I'm actually, yeah, like that. This and not as even Star Trek a bit. Haven't even seen the full season 2 of Star Trek Prodigy.
Say we go to Mars, and you're gonna pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal. And then you either matchmake with people online, you take your crew with you, you can play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map. Your objectives are gonna be a little different each time, and it also might be a different time of day, so there's a lot of
Different time of day cycle. Okay, let me just see here. I can't help but look at the Warlock here. Obviously, I'm a Warlock main, but that helmet, God, it's like you could make a freaking Batman fashion with that helmet.
different each time, and it also might be a different time of day, so there's a lot of variety and
Okay,
richness within these activities, because we want them to be highly
Like
replayable.
introducing a day-night cycle.
Along the way, we're going to throw a bunch of curveballs. You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to divert and take it out, and you get some
Missile
credits out
towers
of that.
already make the not Star Wars.
Defeat your boss, get to the
Because
exfil.
they don't
whatever
use
time
missiles
you got
to
left. Call your ship in.
They don't really use missiles
All
in
hell
Star
drops
Wars. They
in,
got
you
them, but they
head
don't
from
use
the
them.
Cabal.
But they don't use it as much.
Your ship flies in, you hop aboard, and you got to exfil.
Okay, what about our ship?
Over the course of the
Our jump ship,
campaign
come on.
and deep into the post-game of Renegades, you're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade abilities.
Renegade.
We've got things like airstrikes, Cabal drop pods,
Okay.
vehicles like the Cabal walkers,
The Cabal.
interceptors,
I don't like. Oh, Interceptor,
swoop
classic.
bikes,
Swoop bikes.
turrets.
Yeah,
We've got 9.
Yeah, because they introduced Sparrow that can actually have guns attached to them, don't they? Did they?
abilities, 7 upgrades. There's a ton of stuff that you can bring in and just change how things play.
Giant
It's like a tech tree of
Hobgoblin.
options.
It's like a whole tree of options across the
Then they introduced this in
offensive abilities.
Oubliette.
So there's gonna have a lot to play
The
with.
Oubliette here, then can I bring it back?
The Lawless Frontier isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals,
Ugh.
working for these powerful syndicates
Sigh.
and against them at different times. And all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld in Tharsis Outpost.
Yeah, the whole Scion thing, they mentioned this because there was the Scions and a whole issue with Keitel, and some Scions didn't want the whole freedom thing because, you know, they enjoy the high life. And I guess some scions had to take a page from Spider and give Spider competition. Also, there was that comic. You know, the comic in which Cade and Petra and a bunch of other, and the Drifter and a bunch of other went to arrest the bomb maker of the boy, what was that faction's name here? The Undead Fallen. Okay, we forgot. The hub of the underworld.
The Vanguard have been preoccupied. They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis.
At what?
They haven't been looking at Tharsis.
Tharsis? Where's that?
It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
When was the last time we were there?
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld.
Tharsis?
Tharsis Junction became Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Junction?
If you have an
Tharsis! God! Ah, I can't find it! Did I delete that? Must have been fairly active. Something to get deleted. Oh, randomly sometimes here. But Tharsis Junction.
Savory job that you need done, you can
Spider?
find it at Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Outpost feels appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we looked at Mos Eisley as inspiration, we knew that we could play in that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it.
Oh, whoa. Nice.
Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we created, we're going to be dealing with. The Pikers are Elixni.
Pikers?
They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang. Unlike other Elixni, they're atheists. They don't worship machines. They follow relics. We've also got the Totality Division, a subset of the Barrent Imperium. They're run by scions, and their enforcer Rao is going to be the leader of this group.
Okay, interesting.
We've got Tharsis Reformation. They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex.
Of course,
They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
They're starting to do crime. They're wearing clothes.
Crime and wearing clothes are what all individuals do.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. But yeah, this is something as well that was built up, if you know where to look here, where Maya introduced individuality into the Nessus Schism Vex, but she also wants them to conform and understand that, no, I'm the boss, you obey me. You have every individual thought you have is to help me out. So a lot of Vex pretty much broke away to try to break away, and if you don't follow her, she exhumes you. She does what she did to all those Chomi Essie copies.
We need to have new people to fight and new people to root for. And this was our opportunity.
This the Reef? Notoriety is power.
But the heart of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the lawless frontier. It's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
So it's really
in the end game, you get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're going to need to work with the syndicates to increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully alone or with a crew, and then doing so you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs, and at the same time you're going to have the ability to do the special job that'll take you off planet to the dungeon.
Oh boy.
And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right, Invasion is back, but this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in. The invader has some initiative when invasion begins. This is more strategic.
You scan the battlefield, and you're like, okay, is this the right time for me to take the shot? And what's the right tool for me to do it? Do I use an airstrike or a vehicle? Do I use
we gotta use whatever.
walker?
Although I gotta admit, that walker, clearly these guys were inspired by what the Fallen now have here with that skiff? Yeah, they're inspired by that. They're inspired by that here, but as far as obviously ripoff of an ATST goes, an improvement. an improvement, at least a visual improvement here. I would not feel ashamed of driving this thing.
Just watch out for that double cross.
Yeah.
Of course, the sound effects don't piss me off. I'm sorry, I don't like it. Too Star Wars
march
again.
The Guardians'
like,
descent
really...
into a criminal underworld. A world of shadows and
I gotta look
syndicates
this up.
where your light and your choices will cut a path forward. You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job, standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
What about the human syndicates? Whoa! Call me when we get the sight from Destiny Rising.
There's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own version of balance between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts.
Yep.
Forces are on the move. Ones that see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board. To change the future,
nice visual
you'll have
right
to
there.
become the one thing they never saw coming.
What? 2 in 1? Was that Whoa!
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
Okay. Golden lightsaber? What? To actually work with LucasArts, it's no wonder they're going full-on hard with Star Wars crap. Shit. Also, let me look. I want to see something here because just go back to obvious Mos Eisley Cantina. Ugh. The hub of the underworld. And Tharsis. Ghosts fly around, I guess. All right, in development, subject to change here. Here's what you need: humans. Humans are awoken in exos that are not light bearers. Hell, I'm surprised I don't see any freaking light bearer hive here. Because we know how it is here. The hive can do whatever the hell they want here, and I mean we've got Luzaku doing her thing, kind of spearing away from Zavathun. So let's have more like her, and as well as humans as well here. Where are some of the humans that this was built up in the lore as well? Like again, if you look up the lore tab in that Strand SMG, the Quan whatever here, we see that there are some regular non-light bearer humans that are not happy with constantly being under light bearers' protection. They feel like they really do feel like they're under a monarchy and they're the common stuff like that here. So it makes sense to have human criminal groups, stuff like that. Where's the Concord at? They need to have that here. Okay, well, that little behind the scene though, with this was cool. But at the same time, it makes the other lower hands look. I mean, okay, we're seeing them used somewhat, but not used as much as they could be. But yeah, this is what I'm excited to see here. Like, we see Vex, individual, like, a schism within the schism of Nessian schism here, where, yeah, I don't want to follow you, Maya Sundaresh. You're crazy. You're crazy, and you're obsessed with what? Your golden age is dead. And you wanted, I mean, she wanted to, like, flip the script, basically, here. Bring the golden age forward in time and the current age back? Like, that's not how it works. The power, despite their power, the 9 are not paracausal. They can only take things forward in time. Which again, this explains. This is no doubt has the Vanguard looking back at their investigation of Xur here, because they no doubt, like I said, been investigating Xur for a while, and how he can have so many exotics that are, by all accounts, one of a kind. So now I can just imagine them here, like taking, like imagine seeing 3 different last words and finding out that no, they're all the same. They're like one the same, because clearly suppliers pulls last word forward from different points in time. And so you could have basically, so if you have like 3 last words, just remember, and I'm not without the ornaments, stuff like that here, just remember, they're all technically the exact same last word, or Netherrex sin, or whatever. All right, I will admit here, this has pretty cool stuff here. And yeah, we see what I want. I'm curious about this faction of Cabal. How? Because, okay, they have help from a Dredgen, supposedly. A new Dredgen came in the field, which I'm assuming that's what this whole crap is. Yeah, I prefer you Dredgen when you use the thorns. Ugh. Get creative with the lightsabers at least. Give me a freaking lightsaber broadsword or a Zambakto. Yeah. Oh, I really hate that in most fanfics where you have an SI like get creative, flip the script on lightsaber combat, make something brand fucking new. Add to it. I want to see a freaking lightsaber scythe here, glaive or something like that. Look at all the freaking beam saber and other variants they have in freaking Gundam. Copy that here and yeah, take the naysayers and go, that will not work here, but there's no form like that. Make a new form and stick it to them. Haha, you doubted me? Well, fuck you, you're dead. You Jedi Master are dead to my brand new form. Do it. That's fanfic for you. Yeah, but it looks like, of course, we're going back to new worlds here. Mars, Venus, finally, but how exactly are we going to... Is it similar to what they did during the whole, like, the Navigator story arc here? When you did the public events kind of stuff here and go through the portal, you end up in, like, recreations of certain vaulted areas? I don't know. Again, obviously I like the Warlock the best. I mean, I could say this, I like the Warlock the best out of all these armors. Yeah. There are, of course, the people say I'm biased here, and I'll admit I can be a little bit biased here, but I've also been fair here, judging accordingly here. And so sometimes I find the local armor, the new armor, the expansion here, like, better on a Titan or better on a Hunter. In fact, I just started getting the Vanguard issued armor for the Titan before the reset happened. And I gotta admit, I like the police-themed Titan armor the most out of all the other ones here, especially with like on the back there, you see like the red and blue lights. Like, ding, it's like, I kind of like that cop feel here. I want to make my Titan look like the Blue Centaurian from Power Rangers Turbo. That'd be awesome. Oh boy, the problem finding the right. Although finding shaders is a bit of a problem here because you gotta make sure it doesn't change the colors. Oh well, but the colors of the lights. But yeah. However, but I do actually like the color on the Titan. Yeah, kind of like I like the shader colors. The max, yeah, fits actually. Hunter, Of course, there's currently the retake, reclaim the lands here, which I haven't fully started yet, but I have seen, the line and everything. And apparently the second bar is locked to me. I gotta buy that again? I could have sworn I had to, maybe I gotta pre-order this one here, that'll unlock it. I don't know. That's something to do. So, so in case I like some of the things here, we're returning to areas where I forgot all about. Cool. Like, why? Yeah, the reef? Is Tarsus on the reef? Because that would make sense here. I mean, Spider's Domain. Yep. There's a lot of junk there. And it's in a good location from Jupiter, so they could also recover crap from when Oryx came in the Dreadnought here. Like all the fallen technology and Hive stuff just floating around the Dreadnought. Not to mention, then, of course, Mars as well. So, yeah, good spots on the reef. Plus, the Awoken. Now, these guys... Yeah. Is it me? Because I could have sworn whenever I see a Cabal without that, they have a more skin, a hide around. This guy looks like he was skinned. Anyone else think that? Just looking for, like he was skinned alive or something. Him, he. Oh, for crying out loud. They have to even put pronouns in there. I mean, white and black. You can't go wrong with that. Symbolic as well. Symbolic as well, yeah, because light and dark. And yeah, it makes me wonder, like, did they make a lot of this new technology, new weapons, stuff like that from reverse engineering, or understanding a lot of the captured exotic, because one of those was the ruinous effigy. And they were supposedly supplied by a Dredgen.
It's a binary in our universe of good and...
Yeah, they mentioned the practice orders.
In a way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future.
Yeah, they mentioned prophecy, but it's not really a prophecy. It's like kind of it's like a forewarning here. It's like, I gotta tell you this, like, if you don't bind the 9, the fact my death is the trigger for a chain of events that will destroy the Sol system. To prevent this, you have to bind the 9. That's not a prophecy. That's not a prophecy at all here. It's like, you look up the freaking Chosen One prophecy in Star Wars for Anakin Skywalker, born, bring balance here, and stuff like that. The literal translation does not say at all about, destroy the Sith and just bring about light everywhere. No. It says bring balance and say how. The Jedi simply interpret that very vague prophecy, meaning it'll destroy the darkness and Sith, and light will reign, or something like that here. When, they were dead wrong. They were completely wrong. There was too much light here, so it's time the darkness come in here. It's a whole case where, too much darkness is called a blackout. Too much light is called a whiteout. In either case, you're blinded. Ugh. So, let's take a look back here. We got a little lore.
Sound.
Yeah, I do not like... And the Padawan... A Padawan look, I am not putting that on my freaking Warlock. Really? Okay, what's the story with that Sarlacc pit? And this whole thing, is that Phobos right there? I think that's Phobos because they got it very close. They moved it very close to the Cabal. Drifter has been captured, or that's someone else? That looks like Drifter to me. Find hope in the shadows. Oof. So yeah, Drifter became 9-touched, and the hall is right back where it was. So clearly it'll be of use some other time here, because that thing is basically a big old defibrillator for fourth dimensional gods. Good to have. It'll probably be useful to bind the 9. It brought back 3 for a time, so yeah, maybe that's the key to bind the 9 again. Bind the 9 and everything like that. And okay, so they took a usual like Skyburner's oath-like weapon and just made it an energy weapon. Well, on the bright, obviously the big thing these guys will have way, way, way above any stormtrooper. They'll actually be able to hit the target. Obviously, they took a lot of inspiration, not just from Star Wars, but also the recent Outlaws, which I haven't gotten yet. I do plan on getting it yet, but other games come first. They got a new weapon. Obviously studying paracausality. Utilizing the various elements, stuff like that. That's the key, I guess. The elements themselves. I gotta look through all the data pads like that here, every record. Because that's as far as I got here, where it's like they were using the elements themselves, for something, a project. The Pikers, bands, okay. Scions, so yeah. Got a Fallen. Got a Cabal, criminal group. Yeah, it's like, I'm surprised there's no Hive. I was surprised. Like, I could just almost imagine, like, yeah, we've mentioned, of course, I mentioned Savathun's brood, but what about Zivu Araf's own brood? With what happened to her being essentially, like, banned from her own throne world, who knows? Maybe some from her own brood see her as unfit to be her god anymore. Splintered off, stuff like that. Probably see what the others are doing here, stuff like that. We had, like, Elixni delve into Hive magic, so what about Hive delve into some Elixni stuff for their own? I mean, maybe find a way to remove the worms from their own bodies. Try to become guardians. Try to become their own light bearers. Who knows? Because yeah, like, wouldn't that be something here? Light bearers made of Zivu Araf's brood and have no loyalty with either Savathun or Zivu Araf. That'd be interesting. But yeah, there's everything is so chaotic here, like they mentioned here. Like, the Vanguard is kind of busy saving the world here. It's like Zavala is recovering. I think yes. The mentioned Zavala was recovering from the Witness still after losing his ghost and such, still learning how to use stasis. And Ikora is on Kepler dealing with all that fallout and connections. So Crow is left to pick up a lot. Ugh. But yeah, with the Ionians and the Neomunis, like, start working together here. It's like, okay, we're working to reclaim the plague lands, now the lands. Gotta get them that one here. So there's a lot. There's quite a bit here. The thing is changing here, and let's not forget the fact that the portal the witness made to the traveler still open. Darkness and light energy entwined, prismatic energy, let's call it, is seeping out over Earth. So who knows how much it's gonna change Earth and the moon? And then of course there's Marasov, who still working on finding a way to remove the curse on the Dreaming City here, even though everything points to that's impossible, but she's not stopping. She refuses to give up. There's a lot. There is a lot to do. Then, of course, I'm wondering how Kaido is doing with, especially, and Lord Saladin and their council. How is Mithrax Kell recovering from having everything? And let's not forget, of course, Aramis. Well, actually, I don't think Aramis will be an issue for quite a while. There's still the other Fallen, like we just saw. We got a bunch of Atheist Fallen. That's interesting. All right, so let's see what happens. There's a lot. It's gotta admit, while I do not like at all the heavy Star Wars crap here, what they set up here with Scions, Atheist Fallen, and the more individual Vex, I'm all for it. And in fact, these individual Vex here be a perfect way to eventually lead up to the return of Asher Mir. Oh, I'm still waiting for that one. Whew. Okay. But yeah, like another thing as well here, instead of a lightsaber, can we bring some of the weapons that are in Destiny Rising into this game, please? Like, bleed into it? I haven't played Destiny Rising yet here. I will eventually, but we'll see. But the freaking scythe! And I want to dual wield pistols! Okay. Enough. I'm done. All right, so yeah, thank you for watching, everyone here. I hope to have more lore on what the Guardians now, what they know about the Nine, how they assume like Zerg gets all this stuff. Yes, please. And also, I always will ask this: give me lore on the various ornaments here, like the exotic weapon and armor ornaments. That's all. Please. Until then, as always, follow me. Yeah, follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube here for when I ever start, playing this. Share this video around. I would like to see here what Bife or other Dado or all the other Destiny tubers have to say. Maybe what to think of my opinion. What to think of what I think here, and some of the aspects lore bits I brought up here. Also correct me some stuff. Would appreciate that. Until then, this is Mecha-san logging out.